Hi, guys! Today we'll be recapping a story called The Little Lady Behind the Scenes. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. It helps us a lot. Enjoy! Our girl was not involved in any accidents, so Truk-kun is not to blame for anything, and all she did was proofread the novel her friend wrote till she fell asleep. But all of a sudden, she woke up in the body of a cute little pie with pink hair, Lillian Blanchett. The body she transmigrated into had been bedridden for months, so she used that chance to ask questions and gather information, while pretending to have lost her memory, confirming that she is within a reverse harem romance fantasy novel. And no, Lillian is not the female lead. Instead, it is her very gorgeous older sister, Julianne Blanchett, popularly known as Leah, who has the same pink hair as her and graduated first from the elite Delere Academy. Pretty and intelligent. In this novel, Leah has 4 male friends who have all been in love with her for 5 years, way back to their days at Delere Academy. The male lead is Robin Cleone, and while he was kind to Leah, he is truly a scumbag since as soon as they married, he began to dislike and ignore her, not to mention that he is seeing other women. Lily is adamant about not allowing their marriage to take place, so when Robin pays a visit today, she stays by her sister's side, appearing bored while she listens to this trash asking Leah for a favor. Robin states that his father would not make him the heir until he was engaged, so he asks Leah to be his fiancée temporarily. What? Not even a life or death issue? Boy, deal with it on your own! He even says that Leah only needs to remain at his house, which makes Lily uneasy because this is exactly what happens in the novel. After Lily mulls over her sister Leah's decision to choose Robin in the book, she comes to the realization that Leah's fixation on first must be the reason. Leah is the first in her class, and Robin is the first to propose. But now that our baby girl is here, that will never happen. So Lily begins to cry and is afraid that they will no longer be living together after she is engaged, causing Leah to panic and hold her little sister. Aww, Leah's a sweet sister. Following that, Leah turns down Robin's request, and before Robin has a chance to convince her, Lily starts acting as if her head hurts, prompting Leah to rush to see a doctor. Our sweet pie's plan today is a success, and she intends to block Robin every time he tries. Now that they're alone, Lily can't help but be captivated by her sister's beauty and her green eyes, unlike hers, which are gray. The story didn't go into detail about Lillian, so she doesn't know much about herself. Now that she thinks about it, Julianne has lost her actual sister, and she is simply an imposter, leading her to apologize to Leah. For fear that everyone will believe she has gone mad, Lily cannot confess that she isn't the real Lillian, so all she can do is smile bittersweetly and promise to be a good sister to Julianne. Then the siblings decide to play hide and seek, and while Lily is hiding, a handsome man spots her. Lily recognizes him as one of the 4 male leads, and this guy was one of the smartest students at the academy, but of course, second only to her sister, Julianne. He fell in love with Julianne at first sight and stayed by her side until Robin took her. His name is Michael Evans. He looks cunning yet charming. Lily pouts and says she's not allowed to talk to strangers, but not until Michael presents her with a package of muffins. They're now in the sitting room, and our girl is joyfully eating the muffins, but she has a problem. Julianne is strict about her sweets intake. Michael tries to take Lily's side by encouraging Julianne to let her sister eat, which is a plus for her, but not until this guy smiles and offers Julianne her favorite chocolate muffin. Lily snatches it because despite being only 8 years old, she possesses the mind of a 20-year-old, and she will not allow this guy to use a muffin to win over her sister. Well, her 8-year-old brain cells and appetite are taking over her, and she can't help but beg her sister to let her eat more. But no means no to Big Sis, causing Lily to pout cutely. Sweets are definitely her weakness. Michael pays a visit to Julianne in the hopes of discussing assembly-related matters, but Julianne simply glances at her baby sister with a sad expression. Lily sees that, although Julianne stated that she is her main priority, she understands that her older sister worked hard because she has desires and ambitions in life. So when Julianne refuses to help Michael, claiming that she needs to take care of Lily, our girl feels guilty. She understands this is Michael's method of flirting, but Lily doesn't want Julianne to give up everything for her. So since Julianne will stay by her side, Lily pushes her to help Mr. Michael, which Julianne appreciates. Julianne is now able to work, and if Michael continues to visit, she will receive more sweets. However, Lily will not allow this man to grow too close to her sister. A few days later, while Lily is stumbling around the cupboard in search of desserts, someone suddenly calls her name, saying he has cookies. Her expression changes to one of complete horror as she looks behind and sees a hand floating with a bag of cookies. Lily screams for her sister, but this, ghost seems friendly, saying he can't show himself because Leah has added a heavy barrier, but he really wants to offer her cookies so they can be friends. Lily calms down, and seeing that he is using magic, she realizes he is one of the male leads who has the strangest personality. And while his character does not match Julianne's, the two do get along well in the novel. He is Alan Lowell. She takes the cookies and runs away, giving him 0 points because she believes he is not a good fit for her sister. He may not be the one, but our girl won't say no to those sweets. That day, 2 male leads visit the Blanchett mansion, one of which is Alan, which amazes Lily given that he is her favorite character in the novel. But not anymore, since lunatics are only entertaining to read about, not in real life. I like them crazy too, but if it's for my sister, it's a big no-no. While Alan seems totally smitten with our cute little pea, Lily remains traumatized by the horror of his floating hand magic. This makes her wonder whether she too has magical abilities. Something the novel skipped over, though she is aware of her sister's exceptional magical talent. Alan actually came to apologize to Julianne, which immediately upsets her, and this is the first time Lily sees Julianne in such a face. Julianne apparently asked for his assistance while Lily was unconscious, but he vanished without warning. Lily is surprised to learn this, and she wonders if Lillian would have retained control of her body if Alan had attended to her at the time. Julianne, with her cold demeanor, questions why he disappeared, prompting this man to explain that he was stationed at the border when they ran out of healers and was too busy to write her a letter. Lily believes it wouldn't be that difficult to write at least one letter, leading her to eliminate Alan from her list of Julianne's potential boyfriends. She then turns to the other male lead, Cedric, who is very dazzling in his blonde hair, but she fails to recall anything about him. After that, Alan offers to pay frequent visits to give Lily checkups as an act of apology, but in truth, he's only trying to get an excuse to see Julianne. Now Lily is patiently waiting for Cedric to come up with a reason to visit Julianne, but he's acting so shy and comes clean, saying he only wants to see how Julianne is doing. This explains why Lily can't remember Cedric, since, unlike the other 4 male characters, he has a reserved personality and doesn't have much of a presence. But this guy is the Empire's top knight and commander of the Imperial Guard. Strong and timid? My vote might go to you. Her thoughts are interrupted when Julianne accepts Alan's checkups for Lily as an apology. However, she doesn't say anything to Cedric, so Lily steps in, calling him by his name, which surprises Julianne. Lily then smiles as she requests that he visit again. Our girl has chosen her candidate. And just like that, our 3 male leads, the reserved Cedric, who swings by for no apparent reason, the sharp Michael for work, and our bubbly boy Alan for Lily's checkups, begin visiting their residence. Lily isn't having any fun since she's had enough of Mr. Allen's checkups, so she escapes and spots Cedric knitting in the corner. A commander with a knitting hobby? Plus points! However, when Lily asks if he isn't busy, he takes it the wrong way and assumes she doesn't want him around, which our girl swiftly denies, claiming that she actually likes him, making this guy smile and tell her he likes her as well. She then plops on the sofa next to Cedric, watching Julianne and Michael working, and she is relieved that the guy is truly acting professional. That's a plus point! On the other hand, Alan keeps lingering around, insistent on having Lily complete a checkup, but our girl is being grumpy and uninterested. Alan takes a different tactic, bribing her with a full cake without telling her sister, prompting Lily to immediately agree to the checkup. He knows her weakness. Cutie. After Lily consents to Alan's healing magic, she begins feeling a buzz and her body begins shaking. Is this normal? Her dislike of checkups makes perfect sense now. Following the checkup, the trio sits in silence, with Cedric occupied with knitting and Alan gently braiding Lily's hair. Oh, they look so peaceful. Actually, everyone is really likable. I love them. After Michael and Julianne finish up, Lily doesn't waste any time rushing over to give her older sister a bear hug. Look at their matchy outfits! Lily brings up Cedric's knitting to Leah, which surprises Leah and leads Cedric to blush. Although poor Alan would also like to hear compliments, I'm afraid he needs more points to win over the baby sister. Lily then spots Michael on the side with his calculating smile, which makes her tremble and realizes she needs to be cautious with the clever guy. The next morning, pretty big sis wakes Lily up and is very serious about arranging her hair for the day, which Lily doesn't mind as long as it makes her sister happy and she appreciates how caring she is. Their bond is lovely. Where are their parents, by the way? That afternoon, Michael pays them a visit and asks Lily if he can join them for lunch, something she obviously dislikes, but he knows food is her weakness, so she unwillingly agrees. While walking, Michael realizes that Lily doesn't like him and observes that Cedric is the only one she addresses by name. Well, he is her bias, so yeah. He then asks whether the desserts he gives aren't to her taste, which Lily denies, leaving him even more confused about what he did wrong. So he asks our girl not to hate him so much. Still not sure about you, mister. You look so mysterious. After lunch, Michael leaves to get Lily some dessert when their butler informs Julianne that they have a guest, so the siblings walk outside to see who it is. It turns out to be Cedric, who lovingly says Julianne's name. Mister is so fine here. I'm changing my name to Julianne. Anyway, Cedric isn't alone today. He's brought his nephew, Joshua Winston, to play with Lily. But this little man certainly dislikes our girl, given that the first thing he says about her is that she's ugly. Lily clings to Leah and states that she doesn't like Joshua and Cedric since they brought the kid, which gives our soft guy the chills. Lily understands Joshua is only acting his age, but she can't forgive him for calling Lily-Ann's face ugly while Cedric is sweating and begging his little nephew to calm down. I admire how soft he remains, despite the fact that he is obviously losing points right now. He then apologizes to Julianne, explaining that the Winstons asked him to look after Joshua, which she is okay with, but concerned about Lily. Baby sister smiles and says it's fine with her too, but points at Joshua and calls him ugly before running inside to enjoy Mr. Michael's treats. Michael uses the chance to get closer to Lily by asking if they can go inside hand in hand, but Lily still gives him a direct no. Even after everything, the poor guy can't get past Lily's defense. However, things aren't looking good for our little girl's sweet tooth, as Julianne says that she can only have 2 tarts today. Leah then offers Joshua 1 tart, which upsets Lily because it was intended to be Michael's gift to her. The cunning kid sees this and happily takes the dessert, but Lily can see through his seemingly innocent smile and sees a smug expression of victory. Leah notices Lily getting angry at Joshua and reminds her that sharing is good, but Lily throws a tantrum because Joshua is just teasing her. This causes Leah to sigh and call her by her first name instead of her usual nickname Lily, which breaks her little heart and leads her to sniffle. Lily has no choice but to use Michael, so she sweetly asks him whether he got all of the tarts for her before calling him by his name, which surprises everyone. Michael looks very proud and recognizes what Lily is up to, so he confirms that he bought everything for her, which is the response Lily is looking for. He now has 10 points from our girl. Next, Lily informs Joshua that if he wants more tarts, he must call her pretty, which causes him to get shy and scream that she's ugly. Since the tarts are hers, Lily discreetly takes them away, claiming that Joshua can't have them anymore, prompting Leah to scold her for her attitude. But Michael advises her that grown-ups should not interfere with how kids play. Lily takes a bite out of the dessert and realizes that Joshua's jealousy is working to her advantage. She offers him another chance to be honest and promises him that he can have all the tarts. Well, kids love sweets, so despite his pride, this child loses the game and blushes awkwardly, complimenting Lily on her beauty. She's so petty, and I don't mind since I'd be the same way if I ever got a second chance at being a kid. Lily is so pleased with the results that, as promised, she offers all of the tarts to the poor boy, leaving her sister to sigh on the side. Just then, the always cheery Alan arrives, surprising everyone. But because Julianne is occupied working with Michael, he approaches the baby sister instead. But Lily shoots him a look that he immediately recognizes, so he secretly tells her that he brought her a cake he had promised and hid it, much to her delight. Plus points for Alan! After Alan sees that Cedric has brought his nephew along, he asks Joshua to step aside so he can cast healing magic on Lily. However, being a curious child, Joshua refuses to listen and continues to stand near them. Oh, look at how innocent he looks! After this, Lily gets the itch to tease Joshua once more, and this time she uses her meme-serious face to make him back away from her because what's about to happen to her is going to be so horrible and painful, causing Joshua to shiver in fear and look at Alan to confirm if it's true. Sorry, little guy, but this man is trying to win the baby sister, so Alan nods, looking as menacing as Lily. He really joined in! Lily screams, causing Joshua to cry, and he quickly hurries to Cedric's side. All the while, Lily laughs uncontrollably, enjoying the thrill of frightening him. Alan feels embarrassed to be part of Lily's schemes, while Big Sis is visibly concerned for her. The next day, Julianne introduces Lily to 3 kids her age, and Lily recognizes that her sister is trying to get her to socialize and make friends. Lily is reluctant at first, but she eventually agrees after Leah promises she'll give her more sweets. Everyone knows sweets are her weakness. She only recognizes Joshua and wonders why there aren't any girls, prompting Leah to explain that her friends don't have nieces or sisters to bring, but she hopes Lily will get along nicely with them. If it's what her sister wants, Lily has no choice but to agree and resolve to show off her flawless social skills. She gets her own harem without even realizing it. Lily joyfully introduces herself to the kids, prompting them to introduce themselves as well. The cute, reserved black-haired kid is Aiden Evans, Michael's nephew, while the lively blue-haired one is Luca Lowell, Alan's younger brother. Wow, Luca looks exactly like Alan! With everything taken care of, Leah leaves Lily to play, which causes Lily to freak out because she has to keep an eye on the male lead's flirtatious moves. Worse yet, Cedric sneaks up behind her and asks to play with her instead. She looks so done with her bias, as he needs to be with Julianne and make an effort to win her heart. But this mushpot insists he doesn't want to disturb Julianne. His intentions are so pure and I love it. He then gives her an adorable grin and says he enjoys playing with her, which Julianne hears and expresses her gratitude with a smile. Big Sister is really lovely, and they look great together. Lily can't do anything, so it's time for her to focus on her new hobby, which is to mess with the kids. And who is her main target, you may ask? Poor Joshua, who is now whining because Lily teased him again. Lily is now being talked to by her big sister, who hopes she will get along with her new friends and not create any trouble. So Lily swears to do her best before her sister leaves her in the garden. Lily then turns to Josh and smiles, resolving to be kinder to him, but this only makes Josh miserable because he is months older than Lily and expects her to address him with respect. Whoopsie, wrong move, little guy. This irritates our girl, so when she discovers that they'll be the same age in only 2 months, she teases him and calls him a 2-month oppa while chuckling, which causes Luca to laugh as well, while Aiden whispers that Josh is about to tear up. Josh loses it and starts crying so loudly that Leah rushes over, prompting Lily to join in the tantrum. But it is unsuccessful as Leah declares she will no longer give her desserts. After that, Lily vanishes, leaving just a brief letter advising them not to look for her. She may have 20-year-old memories, but I enjoy how they turn her into a real child with the maturity of an 8-year-old. Not to mention her sweet taste. Lillian's father, Count Blanchett, had a profound enthusiasm for knowledge despite his knightly standing, as evidenced by his massive library, which serves as an ideal hiding place for Lily, who is still upset and not caring about appearing childish. Despite her guilt, she decides to stay there till dinner time until Aiden appears, shocking both of them. She learns that everyone is looking for her. He's ready to tell everyone where she is, but she grabs his shirt and whispers for him to stay quiet. She then stares at Aiden, telling him not to tell anyone or she'll take all of his dessert, so he quickly agrees, but blushes that he's the one who found her first. Lily then notices the book he's carrying, and it amazes her that he's reading political text at his age. She assumes he wants to be alone to read comfortably, but he grasps and squeezes her hand, begging her to stay, leading her to believe that this cutie patootie likes her. Well, it isn't impossible given how super cute she is, just like her sister. To brighten her mood, Aiden offers to sneak her some dessert that makes her eyes sparkle. Aiden then tells her that if he tells his Uncle Michael, he'll probably give him some, and she looks at him like he is an angel from heaven. However, she stops him, assuming that Michael will know he is bringing it for her and will tell Julianne everything. So she devises another plan and tells him to get the dessert from the pantry, and before he leaves, she kisses his cheeks in appreciation, leaving this kid blushing and speechless as he rushes out of the room. She then feels sleepy after eating and leans on Aiden, but she eventually falls asleep on his lap, leaving him wondering what to do. She can sense that the kid likes her, but nope, baby boy. Maybe when they're older, she'll give him a chance. She awakens to Julianne's voice crying out her name, so when she opens her eyes, Julianne cries and gently hugs her, showing concern for her, and wonders whether she hid because she told her she couldn't have dessert. Lily realizes her mistake, apologizes for hiding, and begs her not to cry. She wonders if it's right to accept Julianne's love when she isn't really Lily-Ann. If she could just return to her world, she would because she feels guilty taking all of Julianne's love from the real Lily-Ann. Guilt will make it hard for our sweetie to enjoy her new life. Today, Lily realizes she wasted her time teasing 3 boys and loses sight of her own mission, which is to keep Julianne safe from the boys who are obsessed with her. So when Michael suggests that she play with the other children, Lily glares at him, telling him that she will stay right next to Julianne and closely observe him. Julianne allows her to stay as long as she remains quiet, so she smirks at Michael, sensing that her plan is working. She then decides to sketch herself and Julianne, and because she is unsure about Cedric, she chooses to draw yarn and needles for the time being, along with her favorite desserts. She proudly shows her artwork to her sister Julianne, who appreciates it and notices the yarn, leading her to believe that Lily likes Cedric. Meanwhile, Michael notices that she doesn't include their parents in her drawing, which shifts the subject, prompting Julianne to tell him that she sent them a letter notifying that Lily had awakened, but she hasn't received a response yet. Michael then offers to send someone to their parents if she worries about them, before turning to Lily and asking if she misses her parents. A question Lily knows this guy will use to gain points. However, she doesn't back down easily, and she responds with a warm smile, expressing her longing for her parents, while also stating that Leah and Cedric keep her company. So she's not sad. Lily begins to recount to Julianne how Cedric takes her a ride on his shoulders, plays hide and seek, and saves Josh and Luca's ball from the branches. Julianne becomes impressed after hearing how sweet Cedric is, prompting Michael to urge Lily to play with him that day, making Lily delighted and giving him a pleasant smile. However, it's actually a trap. Lily wanted him to suffer before he could make a move to Julianne. The next day, Alan and Lucas stop by to see them, and Lily is ecstatic about the dessert that Alan brings for her. When Alan notices Michael's absence, he learns that he is too exhausted to pay a visit after playing with Lily yesterday. So little, but so evil. While they're all still chatting, the butler informs Julianne that Lord Cleone has arrived to see her, which surprises Lily. Never thought I'd hear that trash's name again. Lily hands Lucas all the pudding and then jumps up to cling to Leah, her voice brimming with resolve to accompany her. Leah has herself a little koala cutie. Lily must ensure that Robane does not steal Leah's heart, but her big sister refuses to let her join her, causing Lily to panic. So Alan steps in and claims that he too wants to go see Robane, while Alan insists he'll merely say hello. Leah argues someone needs to monitor the kids. With her enchanting smile, she asks Alan to do just that, sending Lily and Alan into a daze. Before they know it, Leah has already left the room. Lily could really use Michael's persuasive abilities in this situation. After that, Cedric shows up with Josh and Aiden, which gives Alan the chance to check on Robane and Julianne. Our sweet boy's gaze turns threatening the moment Robane's name is spoken. In any case, Lily is planning to check on them too, so she has the children do role-playing and pretend that they're on a secret mission. Cedric follows them from behind as they tiptoe down the corridor, and Lily realizes they're nearing the room. But Alan is nowhere in sight. Perhaps using magic to eavesdrop? Anyway, they listen behind the door and hear Robane ask Julianne to be his partner again, prompting Lily to burst in. Leah is taken aback to see not just her baby sister, but also Cedric and the other children. While Lily rushes to Leah's side, Robane flinches at the sound of Cedric calling his name and begins sweating when our soft guy reveals his frightening side. A man who can do both? Plus points for my boy Cedric. Robane then gets to his feet, tells Leah he'll simply write her a letter, and then he rushes out the door. As he should. After the trash leaves, Leah turns to Cedric and expresses her dismay that he took the children with him. So Lily butts in, admitting that it was all her idea. With a tearful expression, she admits that she is terrified Robane would take her away, causing Leah to calm down and hold her baby sister, swearing not to abandon her at all. Cedric suddenly realizes that Robane was asking Leah to be his partner for the second prince's birthday party. So even though he's red as a tomato, Cedric seizes the chance to ask Leah to be his partner instead. The confidence! Now that's how you properly ask someone out. After seeing Cedric chase the trash away, Lily decides to lend him a hand and wishes Leah would choose Cedric. But Leah is on the fence because Robane asked first, which makes Lily frustrated, and she immediately declares that she dislikes the guy. After Lily glares at Cedric, desperate that he do something, Cedric suggests that they bring the children to the banquet since they are allowed, an idea that wins Julianne over. Yay! Oh, I almost forgot about Alan. This guy was actually teleported into a different room. He was unaware that Leah had cast a spell on their house that would direct him to the basement if he used teleportation spells. It would be awesome to see Leah use her powers. Everyone takes a seat, and Leah remains confused as to why Robane is so despised. The room falls into a dead silence as she remains oblivious to how nasty that guy is. goodness gracious, choose from the three. Anyone but Robane, please. Anyway, the kids are now enjoying their pudding, but Lily is upset because she has less pudding to eat with Josh around. Leah notices this and asks why Lily keeps arguing with Josh, even though she seems to get along with Luca and Aiden. That's because the more you hate, the more you love, sister. However, Cedric is certain that Joshua does not despise Lily because he usually gets up early to prepare whenever they plan to visit the Blanchett home, which makes the young man blush, while Lily smirks now that she knows Josh has a crush on her. They then discuss the banquet, and Alan decides to bring his little bro with him, while Aiden wants to go as well. So Leah assures him that Michael will definitely allow him. Aiden then offers to give Lily his pudding, which she gladly accepts, mentioning that she prefers kind people, making the sweet boy blush. After hearing that she likes caring people, our Zundere boy decides to give her a pudding as well. Such cuties. Then Lily asks if she needs to dance at the party or wear a fancy dress, which causes Leah to pause and fret because she does need a dress for her first banquet. And so, the fitting process begins. Lily looks lovely in red, pastels, and even green, yet Michael and Julianne aren't satisfied yet, even after hours. Leah then calls the owner, Madame Duell, and the three discuss business. Finally, after what seems like an eternity, they're done, and Leah is overjoyed that Michael helped out, while also praising Lily for enduring it all. Their interactions are always so adorable. The banquet day is here, and our precious sisters are absolutely glowing in their matching dresses. Julianne looks really extra stunning in her off-the-shoulder dress with her hair tied back, while Cedric seems more charming with his hair pulled back. But those buttons, sir, are holding on for dear life. Leah moves closer to the now blushing Cedric to fix his hair, which Lily enjoys seeing. Then Alan and Michael arrive, and as expected, their jaws drop when they see Julianne, while Lily meets the other children in adorable suits. They are waiting for the Emperor to deliver his speech, but Michael feels he will not be present because it is the second prince's birthday after all. Because of this, Lily starts to question whether the second prince is being unfairly treated. All she knows is that he is roughly her age, and the novel makes no mention of him whatsoever. Regardless, Lily is uninterested because she only craves those palace-dazzling desserts with all her being. Cedric smoothly lowers himself to one knee, and with a tender kiss on Julianne's hand, he extends an invitation for a dance, which she joyfully accepts. My guy is stepping up his game. Let's go! What about the other two? Alan sighs in defeat as Michael maintains his typical smile, but he is definitely breaking within. As Cedric and Leah walk to the center, Lily gestures at her, assuring her that she will not cause any problems. She is so happy for her big sis, and so the food venture of Luca, Aiden, and Lily begins. However, she overhears Michael and Alan bickering about who would monitor the children, but Lily knows they're desperate to see Cedric and Julianne, so she decides to sit on a chair, swearing not to leave so they may spy on the two. After the boys leave, Lily discovers Josh isn't around and learns from Luca that he stepped outside to get some fresh air, which enrages her and prompts her to go get her frenemy. Lily goes outside to find him, and when she does, she reaches out to grab his shoulder. To her utter shock, though, it turns out to be a grumpy, stunning young boy with crimson eyes and white hair, not Josh. After realizing the child is the notorious second prince, she promptly presents herself as the second daughter of Count Blanchett, Lily-Anne. However, she doesn't have time for this because she needs to find Joshua before the grown-ups return, so she says her goodbyes before the prince can say anything else. As she takes off, the prince can do nothing but watch. He looks charming and adorable. Are you part of Lily's harem, little guy? After all her rushing, Lily still hasn't found Josh, and it has only just struck her that she could have left him alone since Josh is the one who's going to get into trouble. She collapses to the ground as Josh jumps down the tree, and gosh, he looks like a prince with those blue eyes and curled hair. Josh, Aiden, or Little Prince? I cannot choose yet. When Lily finds out that Josh heard her from the tree, she becomes even angrier and smacks him on the head before dragging him inside. Look at him getting dragged! After Joshua gets to his senses, he yells at Lily, prompting our girl to yell back. But she notices the poor boy shivering, likely traumatized by her pranks, so she calms down, soothes his head, and apologizes. However, their once-in-a-blue-moon sweet moment is cut short when Aiden appears with a plate full of her favorites, so she turns her attention to him, leaving Joshua behind. The dance ends, so Julianne and Cedric return to the group, and Lily greets Big Sis with a hug. At the same time, Cedric's new tie has Alan staring, while Lily figures out that his poor buttons must have popped off when they were dancing, so they covered it up with a tie. Cedric blushes and looks away as he states that his suit is outdated, while Julianne likewise blushes and explains that they had fixed it. Their flushed cheeks and the whole lovey-dovey vibe make the two unlucky guys feel defeated, as there are clearly developing feelings between the two. I don't know what to say other than thank you, muscular chest, for helping our shy guy Cedric. After a few days, Lily is now hanging out with Aiden in the library again because she wants Julianne and Cedric to have some time alone now that Michael and Alan aren't around. She knows the male lead's goal is to marry her sister, so she wonders if Aiden wants to marry her, making the innocent boy blush so hard. Lily then informs him about her ideal man. Well-off, strong, intelligent, and able to provide for her sweet tooth every day, before she collapses into the floor for an hour of sleep. Girl is preparing her husband! Can't wait for them to become teens. An hour later, she joyfully returns to her big sis, but she freezes when Leah questions whether there was anything she did wrong in the Imperial Palace, as she now had a letter from the second prince. Lily reads the letter, and it appears that the second prince simply wants to apologize for his rude behavior the last time, and as an apology, he invites her to his palace. However, Lily is taken aback when she sees the prince's name in the letter as Carlisle Evans, which shares the same last name as Aiden, implying that Aiden is royalty. Aiden explains that he is unfortunately far down the succession line because his father is just third in the line after the second prince. Lily is still in disbelief that she's been playing pranks on a royalty and now believes Michael's claim that he's a Grand Duke. Regardless, Leah gives Lily the option to decline the invitation, which makes Lily ponder how difficult it would be to go because she knows the prince is charmed by her beauty. However, her logic goes out the window when she thinks of the Imperial Palace's luscious desserts, and she ends up going just for the desserts. Suddenly, she sees Aiden grinning, the same expression that Michael wears when he's annoyed. Indeed, their blood is identical. Aiden wants to tag along, and Lily senses that he's jealous, but she figures it won't be a problem to have him join since Aiden is so mature. Or so she thought. Because when she arrives at the palace, the tension between the two cousins is palpable. Carlisle diverts his focus to Lily, but every time he attempts to talk, Aiden cuts him off, which irritates the second prince. Lily scolds Aiden while bluntly informing the prince that she just wants to eat the palace desserts, prompting Carlisle to declare that she is free to visit as much as she likes. Of course, our girl does not want that, so she requests that he send them to the Blanchett house, which the prince blushingly refuses because he will not be able to see her. Such a smooth talker for a 10-year-old, making Lily suspect he's 30. Lily is fed up with these kids having crushes on her and now blames Cedric for bringing Joshua to their house, as she now has her own reverse harem. I like that she's aware of this. She proceeds to tell the prince straight out that she is 8 years old and her heart only belongs to sweets. Plus, she already has a lot on her plate after the banquet because many admirers continue to send Julianne proposal letters, which she hides away every morning. After the prince's crafty suggestion that they become friends, Lily is about to respond negatively, but her dislike vanishes when Carlisle offers to send her desserts weekly. And just like that, they're friends. She smiles and hopes the three of them will get along, but the two are only exchanging death glares as she eats her sweets. Forget the boys, this girl would marry her dessert if she could. Lily is now living the dream because Carlisle, as promised, sends her desserts every weekend, and Leah, unable to turn down the second prince's generosity, invites the kids to eat with Lily. Today, a toothache appears to be causing our girl pain while she eats. She discusses this with the three boys and ensures that they keep their lips shut, warning them that if Leah finds out, she will never serve them dessert again. While they are at their regular checkups, Lily surprises Alan by calling him by name, which amazes the man, and he becomes quite excited about it. While looking serious, Lily whispers that she has a toothache and asks Alan for help. Alan, being a kind man, uses his healing magic and tells her that she should only call him by his name when she really wants to, because he still wants to be there for her no matter what. Her toothache has quickly subsided, prompting her to wrap Alan in a warm embrace as a gesture of gratitude, much to his delight. This makes me love Alan more. I like how bubbly and kind he is. After the checkup, they head to where Leah and Michael are, and Lily discovers that it is time for her and the boys to undergo a mana test. However, she begins to panic when she discovers that she'll be unable to attend the academy if she lacks mana. But Big Sis reassures her that if she fails the test, she can just take private lessons. After that, Leah presents her with a letter from their parents, but Lily is unsure how to react because she feels she has no right to claim them as her own. She could only wish for the real Lillian to appear in her dreams and assure her that she's free to use her body as she wants. She's having an identity crisis in her transmigrated life, huh? It's as if she stole someone's place. Poor girl. Most of their parents' letters is addressed to Julianne, and this makes Lily think that the actual Lillian doesn't have that strong relationship with her parents, and she wonders if it would be better to leave things as they are. Today, before Julianne leaves, she instructs Lily to stay within the grounds of the Second Prince's palace. Lily enthusiastically agrees and waves farewell. As Julianne and Michael walk away, she can't help but notice how nicely they compliment one another, whereas Cedric is declining her in favor since it has been a long time since his last visit. Just then, the Second Prince welcomes her, who suggests that they visit the garden near the second troop post, where the fountain is stunning. This reminds Lily of Cedric's location, and she begins to wonder if she can see him in his uniform, agreeing heartily with Carlisle. Upon arriving at the destination, Carlisle notices that Lily is looking for someone, and he is startled that she is looking for Cedric, as he has heard Cedric has been punished for causing a disturbance in the Imperial Palace and is on probation. This comes as a huge shock to Lily, who has always thought of Cedric as an angel, yet she is now beginning to suspect that his perfect character is all an act. On their way back home, Lily asks Julianne about Cedric's probation. Michael's reaction suggests he is aware of something, so Lily asks him about Cedric's punishment. So he goes on to explain that Robane stopped by the Imperial Palace, and he assumes something happened there, shocking Lily and Julianne with the revelation that it's all due to Robane. Well, that guy must have been so jealous that Julianne chose Cedric to be her partner. Michael then recommends they go out to dine with him to lighten the mood. Lily dislikes the idea, but Michael reads her mind and informs her about the desserts, making her smile and want to go. Julianne notices her excitement and asks whether Lily favors desserts above her, which causes her to quickly shake her head, expressing that she loves Julianne the most, leading Julianne to give her a heartfelt hug. However, Lily now feels a huge weight in her heart for no apparent reason and fears she is preparing Julianne for something terrible. Lily desires Julianne's happiness and hopes that she'll find someone who will make her happy. However, she is hesitant whether she's making the correct decision to intervene. While she has protected Julianne from Robane, she is considering that it would be ideal for Julianne to make her own decision from here. Her thoughts come to an end when Julianne notices her feeling down. Despite Lily's claims that she's fine, Julianne demands the truth because she's not eating her dessert, which is unusual for her. Lily, on the other hand, is sincerely pondering her situation because she has grown to adore Julianne, not just as a novel character, but as a sister. Julianne is concerned about her, so they excuse themselves to have a little talk outdoors. Lily believes Julianne should simply leave her alone because she will return to herself after a while, but Julianne refuses to let her worry on her own. That is the type of person she is. It is impossible not to love her, and Lily is so sorry for Julianne that she enters her sister's body. Julianne wonders if Lily made a mistake at the Imperial Palace that explains her strange behavior. However, when she denies it, Julianne speculates that it could be because she has hidden all of her letters, which surprises Lily a lot. But Julianne finds it humorous and giggles while urging her not to be concerned because she's not angry. Julianne then seriously asks Lily whether she dislikes her falling in love with someone else. Before Lily can explain, Julianne softly rests her forehead against hers, assuring her that she is still getting to know her and she wants to do whatever Lily wants. Julianne then picks her up, claiming that she doesn't have to meet people Lily dislikes. Instead of punishing her, Julianne requests her to help her find a decent man for herself. Lily swears to do her best to find someone who will make Julianne happier than she could possibly be. Let me just say that Julianne is very gorgeous and an incredible big sister! A few days later, Cedric pays them a visit as if nothing had happened, while Julianne informs him that she knows about his probation and asks if Robane bothered him. However, Cedric gives her no hints about what happened, prompting Julianne to insist on hearing the truth. Julianne asks Cedric whether it's because he's her partner instead of Robane, and his silence confirms her suspicions. Then, since they are now complete, Alan suggests they all go inside and talk, while an angry Julianne warns Cedric never to try to hide anything from her, which makes him sweat. The grown-ups have begun talking about Robane, but before Cedric can tell his side of the story, the two boys already know it's Robane's fault and begin to list how the guy has an inferiority complex, selfishness, and an extreme case of victim mentality. Hopefully, Leah will finally see how awful Robane is. Then Cedric shares that Robane was the one who approached him initially, something he was fine with until Robane began trash-talking Leah, the details of which Cedric is unwilling to reveal. Lily, who has been observing them, guesses that Robane must have told some dirty jokes or some bad rumors about Leah. How could this man become the main lead again? Cedric goes on to explain that he only scared Robane by drawing his sword and saying a few words, but Alan can already imagine Cedric pointing his blade at Robane's throat. In response, Leah expresses her concern, stating that as a commander, he shouldn't have drawn his sword, but our gentleman here gives her a determined expression, declaring that he will do it again even if he has to go back in time. Spying from behind the couch, Lily becomes captivated as she realizes the deep bond between the four grown-ups. She then sits down on the couch and asks Aiden if he knows how to use magic, turning serious as she imagines how wonderful it would be if she, Josh, Aiden, and Luca could all go to the academy and have the same friendship as Julianne and the boys. The day for the Mana test has arrived, and Lily and Julianne are the first to arrive, followed by Michael and Aiden. The energetic Luca has also arrived, but Julianne does not see Alan with him, prompting this dorky kid to realize that he has lost his brother, which is bad news for everyone, because who knows if Alan will ever find him given how bad that guy is with directions. Love these dorkable brothers. Anyway, Lily is now frightened, worried that she'll be the only one who fails the test, despite Big Sis's assurances. It is now Lily's turn, and the three examiners are quite kid-friendly, so the first one examines her up close and then backs up, appearing puzzled. Next, they loosen up her mana, but the result is unusual. Last, they urge Lily to focus her power on her finger, but the examiner retreats with a confused look. After that, they escorted Lily out of the room, and our girl is going insane as she is convinced she failed. Bet, her powers are too much? The next day, Lily appears so gloomy that even her frenemy Joshua decides to give her dessert, as do Aiden and Luca, which annoys her because she knows they're acting this way since they all believe she will not be accepted into the academy. When she glances at the grown-ups, she notices that even the male leads avoid making eye contact with her, prompting her to exclaim that they should not pity her. Leah rushes to her grumpy little sister's side and cuddles her, explaining that everyone is just worried since she has been feeling low all day. It looks like the other children have already received their test results and have passed, when suddenly Lily's result letter arrives. Everyone looks horrified, as if they'd just seen a ghost, but our girl chooses to simply read the letter and move on. Lily has no idea as to why her test results are so lengthy, and she is surprised to read that her mana retention, affinity, and sensitivity are all very high. Everything seems great on paper, but her spirits plummet when she sees that she's pending, not failed nor passed. Alan suspects that his mana got mixed with Lily's during their checkups, but Leah expresses with a serious look that she believes Alan's mana was not the only one that was fused. Lily feels anxious because, given Leah's intelligence, she believes that a few signs here and there will lead her to the conclusion that she is not her actual sister. Alan goes on to say that the magicians who visited Lily when she was unwell may have had their mana mingled with Lily's, but the only way to verify this is to do more tests. Leah then notices Lily's anxious face and asks if she's okay. But our girl is unable to respond because, to be honest, she is afraid that when the time comes and Leah discovers who she truly is, she'll no longer look at her with affection. After a few days, they go to the Imperial Palace for her testing, and she wobbles as she is so sick from being tested by so many great magicians. After that, the second prince comes dashing, delighted to see her. Big Sister then properly greets the prince, and he does the same, while Lily inquires as to how he found her. However, she gets furious when she discovers that Carlisle snoops around and learns about her mana test. He tries to explain that he discovered about it accidentally, which makes Lily conclude that he must have been gathering information to survive in the palace, so she now doesn't mind that he finds out about her mana test. Leah smiles at the two adorable little ones and decides to give them time while she attends a meeting with Michael to discuss things. Carlisle brings Lily to the Imperial Palace Library, which she finds fascinating and can't help but think about Aiden, who will undoubtedly like the place. Speaking of that kiddo, Aiden is actually at the library and appears to be overjoyed to see Lily, but his reaction becomes icy upon seeing the prince accompany her. Lily quickly holds both of the boys' hands and cheerfully says that they should all read books. While they settle on the couch, Carlisle catches Aiden reading about monarch theory, to which Aiden, being cheeky, responds that he should build his common sense since they are in the Imperial Palace, which is the same as stating Carlisle lacks common sense. Lily butts in, asking Aiden to be nice, and this kid gives her an innocent yet clever smile that is identical to Michael's. Lily warns him that if he continues to provoke the prince, they will have to leave, making Aiden look terrified and brokenhearted on the side. Lily feels bad for Aiden, so she whispers a promise that they will play just the two of them next time, which lifts Aiden's spirits. They are currently making their way to a spot where Julianne will come and fetch her. As they follow Carlisle, Lily can't help but wonder why his family is treating him so badly. Yeah, why? The three sit on a stairwell, and Lily can't help but notice Carlisle looks like a rabbit and Aiden like a dog, which she finds adorable. Carlisle then shyly confesses that he feels so refreshed when she is around, which she observes because the first time they met, he was so wary of everything. So she plans on seeing him frequently, considering Julianne will be visiting the palace for work anyway. However, she cannot say anything right now because she can sense Aiden's irritation behind that cute smile. What a cute love triangle! She chooses to change the topic and asks Carlisle if he can join the academy, to which he responds that he cannot, but will if Lily wishes. She believes that may not be possible, but she does mention that she has other friends, Joshua and Luca, and that it would be wonderful if the 5 of them became friends. Just then, Leah joyfully shows up and hurries up to her younger sister, but she trips and falls, giving Michael the chance to catch her. That was a very smooth move, sir, but if you turn to your side, you'll see the sister cursing at you. Julianne and Michael are now blushing while Lily is boiling with anger, which Michael senses and lowers her to level. Knowing how much Lily loves her sister, he sincerely points out that he is not trying to take Julianne away from her, and while extending his hand, he asks Lily not to hate him too much, to which she agrees while sulking. I feel sorry for Michael since Lily disliked him the most. Give this man a chance. They're about to leave when she notices Carlisle looking lonely on the side, so she goes over to say goodbye. However, Lily is worried about leaving her sister with Michael, so she tells Aiden a lie, informing him that if Michael marries her sister, they'll be unable to marry someday. This makes this little kid even more motivated and becomes her accomplice in preventing Michael from making a move on Julianne. Lily then surprises the prince by patting his head, thanking him for playing with her, and promising to return next time so they can continue exploring the palace. Because of this, Carlisle becomes overly excited and squeezes our girl's arm while smiling warmly at her, which causes her to pull away. The prince is still a child in her eyes, but she has a feeling that one day he will propose to her. Well, for the time being, she intends to savor her childhood and deal with it when the time is right. I want the prince for our girl. Days later, the gang decides to go on a trip, and Lily notices that Aiden has been staring at her with his adorable eyes, implying that she should commend him, but she can't think of anything to compliment him on. Anyway, when the 2 male leads hover close to Julianne, Lily observes that our beloved Cedric appears to withdraw to tend to the kids, so she chooses to hold his hand to prevent him from falling behind. As Luca leaps on his back, Joshua takes hold of his other hand, and look how precious Cedric appears surrounded by all those little ones. I adore the other male leads, but Cedric has won me over with his love for the kids. This does not look good for Michael, so he takes advantage of Lily's weakness and invites her to a dessert shop, which all of the kids agree on except Aiden, so Lily grabs his hand. This makes Lily realize that Aiden wants her to praise him for his best efforts to get in the way of Michael and Julianne. Lily, sweetie, it's very wrong of you to assume Aiden is merely showing you puppy love. Now Michael has gathered all of the children and they are all heading to a dessert shop, while Julianne advises him not to pamper the kids too much. Lily maintains an irritated expression while holding his hand, but she gives him 5 points for his effort to win her over. Yay! Michael gets points! They have arrived at Lily's Heaven. What else but a place filled with expensive and mouth-watering treats? While Lily proceeds to select the desserts she prefers, Aiden selects the same dish for himself, stating that he likes whatever she likes. He then reminds Lily of her promise to play with just him and wishes they could fulfill it now. But given that they are outside, she gets the sense that the grown-ups will be worried if they disappear. This crafty young man simply smiles at her, implying that he already has a plan in mind and is making Lily uneasy. She can't believe Aiden is just a kid, since kids should be like Joshua and Luca, running around the shop. However, when she realizes these 2 hyperactive boys are racing around, she screams and orders them to stop since the heavenly desserts might fall to the ground. Her priorities, really. The owner laughs and notices that Lily resembles her sister, which is new to Lily, so the owner reveals that Julianne used to come to her shop when she was still in the academy. Aiden then suggests to his Uncle Michael that they stop by the flower shop as well, because he notes that the roses in the Blanchett mansion are already wilting and believes Julianne would love it, to which Michael agrees. On their way to the shop, Luca and Joshua are about to run and race when Michael grabs their little arms and instructs them to hold his hand while walking. Now that Michael is busy with the troublemakers, Aiden smiles and invites Lily to join him to look for flowers alone, which surprises our girl here, who realizes that everything is part of this kid's calculating plan. Such a mini Michael! Scary but cute! The 2 are now enjoying the flowers, and seeing Aiden's radiant smile makes Lily want to compliment him, saying that he's as pretty as the flowers. Aiden shockingly knows all the flowers Lily points at, making her think he could be a great flower shop owner. This makes Aiden smile, and he casually mentions that it would be good to have a flower store to run with her. almost making Lily fall for him. He then asks her to choose a flower she likes, but before she can choose one, Joshua walks out of the flower shop and beats him to it, since this guy has already chosen some pink flowers that match Lily's hair color. Lily smiles broadly as she thanks Joshua, who is now blushing and looking truly adorable. Step up your game, little man, as your rivals are smooth talkers. Following that, Michael exits from the shop with a bouquet in his hand, and Lily notes how this man is truly in love with Julianne, evident by his authentic smile and blushing cheeks. Sir, that smile's too much for my little heart. Well, Michael's flowers land up in Lily's room, and Lily can't help but feel sorry for the head-over-heels guy. Julianne visits Lily in her bedroom that night and mentions her birthday, but Lily doesn't need anything until Leah offers her to make her a homemade birthday cake, which delights her. Lily then asks if Leah likes any of the three boys, but Leah merely responds that the three are her good friends, whom she does not want to lose. However, Lily argues that the moment will come for Leah to make a decision, which causes Leah to contemplate for a while before saying nothing, claiming she will let her know when she has made up her mind. Our girl needs answers, and she's scared she'll be a hindrance rather than a help to Julianne, although she does intend to stop her schemes of pairing her with the male leads if Julianne ever falls for someone. Julianne squeezes her little sis and promises not to date someone she dislikes, but Lily dismisses it and just wants her to be truly happy. Julianne looks at her with those tender eyes, letting her know that she is indeed happy because she has her. Again, Lily feels unworthy of Julianne's affection, which is making her uneasy, yet a part of her wants to accept everything. Later that night, Lily had a nightmare that Julianne pushed her away and looked at her with hatred. And that's it for today, guys. What did you think? As always, don't forget to like the video and comment for the next part so we know you want more. Remember to subscribe and turn on notifications for updates. See you in the next one!